Hi guys, I'm Jack. I'm the head of data here at Bitnamic, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up a PMAX campaign and manage your assets within. So to start off with, we just want to go to the left-hand side here and hit the Create button and choose Campaign. Once we're inside this screen, you can see it pops up with the what you want your objective to be. Now, because we're an e-commerce business, we're going to choose sales here. And don't worry about the conversion goal, just set to whatever the primary action in your account is. Next, it'll ask us to select campaign type, and of course, because of this video, we're going to go to Performance Max. And all you've got to do now is give it a name. So I'll just call this Bitnamic PMAX for now, and we'll hit Continue. You can see here that if you've already got drafts, it'll pop up. Don't worry about that, just hit Start New. Okay, now we're on the screen, it'll ask us for some bidding settings. Now to start with, it'll ask us a focus. It's either conversions or conversion value. Now, e-commerce businesses, you'll generally want to choose conversion value because it lets you set a target return on ad spend, which is always a useful metric for e-commerce retailers. Now, I'd always click this and set it to basically whatever you need to be profitable. So, we're not actually selling anything here, so I'll just set it to 100%. Now, you can see in this bottom section down here, it talks about customer acquisition and acquiring new customers. Now, this is a more advanced option where you need to set up a customer match list to make sure that you're targeting new customers, which I'm not going to go into depth in this video on, but I wouldn't worry about it for now. We can just hit next. So this section is campaign settings, and in here we can choose locations, languages, and automatically created assets. Location, just whatever location you want to target in your campaign. Bitnamic's a United Kingdom company. I'm going to stick with United Kingdom. Languages, we'll just leave that as English. You just want to be whatever the dominant language in the country is so that you're serving as many people as possible. And these automatically created assets are basically, it allows Google to help create assets based on your landing page, your domain, that sort of thing. So that's text assets and sending people to more relevant URLs. Generally, you'll be fine to leave these ticked. It can save a bit of time, and it's really good if you're a beginner at ads. And in this more settings at the bottom, you can choose an ad schedule, start and end dates, and campaign URL options. But again, I wouldn't worry about this for now. Right now, we're just trying to get the campaign created. So now we get to the exciting bit. This is the asset group. So this is where all of the assets in your campaign will live, from your images, your videos, your headlines, and your descriptions, essentially. You can give it a name. I'm just going to leave it as asset group 1 for now. But yeah, let's move on to the actual assets. So to start with, you need to give it a final URL. If you have a merchant center link to your account, this will be auto-filled, but I don't right now. So what we'll do is we'll just type in www.bitnamic.com, and we'll click off there. And what this will do is for the other assets, it'll let us scan the website to produce them. So let's start off with images. There's 2 images that are absolutely required, and that's one landscape and one square image. And you can see on the left here the recommended sizes and minimum sizes and aspect ratios and all that sort of stuff. But if we just look at the plus images button down here, we'll be able to see where it's pulling those from. So you can see we've got this based on your final URL. So this is what I was talking about, where it will pull the images from the website that you put in there. And what you can do is if you click this button, it will test all the different aspect ratios of these images and produce square and landscape assets based on them. Whilst they're loading, I'll show you through the rest of these sections. So you've got your asset library. This is just where you can upload assets to the account. So you can see I've got a few already uploaded here. Website or social basically lets you add other websites in. So you can add your social media websites, your Instagram, your Facebook. You can add in different pages on your website if you know you have image assets there, that sort of thing. And of course, you can upload images directly from your computer. One newer thing that they've added is these free stock images, but I think you'd be much better off using images directly related to your adverts. And once these are all saved, you can just hit the save button down here, and you can see it's added all of the images in, and we're all sorted there. The next part's the logo. Now you can have up to 5 logos, but you require 1. You can see it's auto-loaded one in for me here, but you literally just go into your asset library and click your logo, hit save, and you're done. Videos can be a little more tricky, but Google will automatically create them based on images if you have enough images and if you don't have any video assets, essentially. But the other thing you can do is actually link to your YouTube account. So if you've got a company YouTube account where you've already produced some marketing material, you can link this in and pull straight. Right now, I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to go down to headlines and leave videos blank for now. It's not a required field. So for the headlines, you can see we've got 3 required headlines here. Now, there's a couple of ways to generate these. You can get a copywriter in to match your brand tone, or one thing we've been doing recently with clients is using ChatGPT to generate really specific headlines for the company's website that still sound human. You can see the suggestions here where it'll give me some suggestions based on Google, and I can click to add these in. So if we just click a couple of these, you can see it's filling out for me, and we might as well add all 5 in just for the ad strength, essentially. And you can see once you've got all filled in, you'll see a little tick up here. That means that you've hit the maximum assets for that thing. Long headlines is next. These are exactly what it says on the tin, just a longer headline, 90 characters rather than the 30 we had up here. Again, you can get suggestions from Google. They don't actually have one here, but what we'll just do for now, just to carry on to the next stage, we'll just combine 2 of these together. Generally, you will want these to be a bit different and, go through any of those generation methods we talked about before. The final part of the text ads section is descriptions. So you can see here it says add up to 160 character description and up to 4 others. One of those others will need to be up to 90 characters. They're the long descriptions. And again, Google will give us some suggestions on this. So we can literally just start ticking these off to put them in the description section. Again, this isn't something I'd recommend if you're setting up these yourself. You want to be more detailed, take more time on it. But for the purposes of not making this video 40 minutes long, we'll just use the ones Google suggests for now. The next section is just your business name. You can see Google's auto-filled it to Biddnamic. That's absolutely fine. Just write whatever your business name is. The next section we've got is site links. So site links, I can actually show you here, are the little things that appear under text ads to link to different pages. Now, this isn't a necessity. You don't have to add these by any means, and it will show you site links that are already created in your account in your asset library. But basically what you do is you type in something you want to appear and you give it a URL to send them to. This can be useful for if you're a fashion client, say, and you want to send people to t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, that sort of thing. For now, I'm not going to do that for this campaign. I'm just going to hit close. Again, the call to action, I usually leave this as automated, but you can change it to whatever call to action makes the most sense for your business. I wouldn't worry too much about more asset types. Again, you get more and more complex as you're going into here, but it's things like promotions, prices, phone numbers to call, all stuff that if you're familiar with Google Ads, you'll have set up in the past on different campaigns. It's just in a slightly different place here. Promotions, for example, are really good if you've got a sale on, but I'm going to leave this for now as well. Finally, we've got more options at the bottom. Here, you can change the display path, and you can also change the final URL for mobile. This can be useful if you've got a mobile optimized version of your website that loads a lot quicker. It's worth just putting that in there. And now the final part of the asset group is audience signals. So you can see if we go to add an audience signal, it'll let me choose an audience signal that's already there. But for these purposes, I'll show you how to set one up. So the first thing it needs is a name. I'm just going to call this Biddnamic Audience. Okay, and then we can add these custom segments in. So this is people based on their search activity, downloaded apps, or visited sites. So if we type in Google advertising, it'll give us some suggestions, or maybe Google shopping. Google shopping, one search result. So we can tick that. And now we've got people based on the search activity for Google shopping. People who've previously interacted with your business can also be chosen. So this is things like customer match lists, lead forms, that sort of thing. Things you have to upload to the account yourself. It's your own data. I don't have any in this account as it's just a shell account for the purpose of the video, so I'm going to leave this for now. And here you get a bit more interesting. You can go for people's interests and detailed demographics, and you can see it'll give me a bunch of suggestions here. So I might want to add Google advertising, HIF, click management, software for marketing agencies, that sort of thing. And you can add as many of these as you want in, as many as it lets you. Demographics, I don't really use these demographics too often because what you don't want to do is limit the audience to be too small because then you won't be able to serve. So what we'll do is we'll leave this to everyone for now and we'll just hit save. So now you can see at the bottom, we've got an audience signal added in and we're ready to move on to the next stage, which is budget. So the budget, you literally just set a budget for the campaign. It's exactly what it says on the tin. So we're not actually going to serve in this campaign, but I'll just set it to a 10 for now. And you should see this update down the bottom here as well. But just to be safe, yeah, you can see that's updated and I'll click save. Now we get onto the final screen, which is just a summary. I'll check for any errors. Let's hope I haven't made any. and then we can review the campaign settings and budgets, goals, that sort of thing. Just whilst this was loading, you can tell if you've got an error at the top. If you click it, it'll take you to exactly what the error is and tell you what you need to do to fix it. So don't worry too much, everyone makes them. So yeah, you can see our summary screen here. We've got Biddynamic PMax as our campaign name. You can see the types, performance max, our goals, purchases. You can see what strategy we're on, the maximize conversion value selected, customer acquisition we left alone, basically everything we selected. You can also see the number of assets that you have here. And finally, all you need to do is hit publish campaign. Now you can see in our account, we've got an active campaign. It can't run any ads because it's got to get policy reviewed, and I don't have any finance on this account or anything. But essentially what you'll see is after 1 or 2 days, your assets will start getting approved or disapproved, and it'll give you reasoning. And then you'll start saving in the campaign. So that's it on this one. Thanks for watching, guys.